Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, Magic 89.9. Blink twice. Beanie. 622 on Healthline. Finally!
Yes.
He's here. You are one busy guy, and I can't appreciate you enough, Doc Rylan, for being here on Healthline.
Well, hello everyone. It's Healthline. It's Wednesday once again.
How many lives did you save?
I wouldn't want to count. But traffic is really bad. It's worse than on a regular. I mean,
like seriously, why? I mean, I don't understand why. Like, sakto lang yung traffic Monday, Tuesday.
Exactly.
And then nakakabaliw yung Wednesday.
I know, but
like it's a Friday.
For today, it's like there was a little rain a little earlier.
I
would say a little because
I was in the
like,
ER all day.
30 minutes or so.
Really?
And then traffic is relatively moving. But for one reason or another,
stupid
right
drivers
smack in the middle of the Edsa Shaw intersection. I mean, I literally was waiting for like 30 minutes just to cross the darn thing.
Where did you go from anyway? Hospital?
The hospital. So patience really is a virtue. To everyone listening at the moment, especially when you're in your car, just keep it cool. I mean, we wouldn't want any problems. We want to reach our destinations as safe as possible.
Wooza, no road rage. No road rage, please. It's not healthy.
Please, it's not healthy. And while you're at it, you listen to good music and, well, a little health tips along the way.
Oh, yeah, which he will be giving because he's the expert. Anyway, we're live also on playback.tv/magic899. Hello to Christian, Ulan, and Tito Aaron, and Enrix. Hi. What?
Hello.
Who just turned 20? Did you just turn 20 last Monday? Belated happy birthday, Enrix.
Belated happy birthday.
To be 20 again. Oh, my.
We would love that, right?
Exactly.
Well, that was like, what, 3 years ago for me?
Mic drop. Anyway, hour 2, please do not go anywhere because we have a very, very special guest. Somebody from, well, not just somebody. She is a spokesperson for the Food and Drug Administration. And we're going to talk about what the agency does.
And why is it kind of important? Because every single time we do, not just for medication or nutraceuticals, but anything and everything we take into our body, plus the instrumentation, they always ask, is it FDA approved?
And did you guys know pati pesticides are covered ng FDA?
Exactly. So it's literally anything and everything.
Yeah. So we'll dive deep into what the agency does later on at 7:00. Right now we got more music. This one's from Tyga.
Yep.
And Lil Wayne.
I want some new nails.
Oh, wow. This one's called Brand New on today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
And
a little health,
talk.
of course.
That's just all about you guys. So, Doc, you did mention pabugso-bugso yung ulan, diba?
Exactly.
My mom would always yell at me, "Huwag ka magpaulan, magkakasakit ka." But I'm not the type.
Good for you.
I mean, like, is it
Good for you.
Can you debunk that? Or do people really get sick pag naambunan?
I'm not going to debunk because I'm the perfect example.
Ay, mahamugan lang din. Ganon.
Mahamugan lang. I'm serious. Not even the rains. Literally, what's the term? Mahamugan lang. It's
What
like,
happens to you the next day? You like...
It sniffles, sneezes, and if I don't take care of it, it's going to be a whole 1 to 2 weeks of cough and colds.
So what? Wow.
Seriously.
What causes it?
I don't know. No, but
Sensitive?
I would want to... Probably. I would want to dispute. I would presume that I'm a relatively healthy, adult. But for one reason or another, with hamog, it really doesn't do good to me.
Iba na talaga, Dok, ang
parang
panahon.
parang baby.
Oo. Iba na talaga panahon ngayon, mga kapuso, matinding init na biglang may manakanak ang pagpulan, lagot kang bata ka.
Yes, I know.
Mabuti na lang at may Immunomax food supplement. Ang Immunomax ay gawa sa CM glucan na nagmula pa sa Switzerland. Ito po ay available in capsule for adults and syrup for kids. Also in forte variant. Mula sa aming studio, kahit nasaan ka pa, magandang balita talaga ang Immunomax. And mahalagang paalala, ito lagi ito pinapaalala ng FDA.
Yes.
Oo. Ang Immunomax at Immunomax Forte ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit. Wow.
Definitely. But I do take that.
Oh,
And that's one of my saviors.
really? I should try it. I'm gonna try it. Okay.
It's more like preemptive. So the moment I get that hamog thing,
Immunomax.
Immunomax.
Galing. O, sige. I'll try it just for you. Anyway, again, on our second hour, we got our friends from the Food and Drug Agency.
Exactly.
And they're just going to tell us what the agency does
What
for the
it's all
country.
about
For
and-
the country.
What it's all about and why each and every person, whether you're a doctor or you're a patient, is quite important if it has an FDA approval. So we need to find out what that is all
We're
about.
going to find out. Any tips right now to like maybe our commuters stuck in traffic as a orthopedic surgeon?
No, I was
What is
gonna
good
say-
for your back?
I was going to say someone who just came from the traffic.
I didn't want to drive. I didn't want to drive for that reason.
I couldn't help it. But, well, just keep your cool. I mean, tension sometimes arises, and with all of the things coming in front of you, motorcycles and all,
Vendors.
pedestrians, vendors, literally just keep your cool. Because one, if you lose it, you end up with hypertension, you end up with stress, you end up with anxiety, and the likelihood of you getting into an accident increases.
Which you don't really need.
And if that happens, you don't get to your destination on time, you might not even get to your destination at all.
So if you have any health-related questions, we got a doctor in the house. If you have any love problems, you can call me.
Oh, we always tell them we just don't
Joke!
We just don't mend broken bones and broken hearts. We also mend. Okay, we're gonna get into this.
Here's something from Maze called Girls Just Want to Have Fun on today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
Show last Monday, they all look so more makinis than me. Like seriously, they all look prettier than me. And one of them, I forget what's the name? What's one of the members' name? I can't pronounce. But
Go for it.
We were talking about having them try like Filipino local dishes because he likes spicy, and so we were like, try bagoong. No, not bagoong. Bicol Express. And then we ended up. And then he said something about he wants to try the mangoes with the dip, and I'm like, is that bagoong? And I happen
green
to have
mangoes.
Yeah, I have
my
to have.
gosh. Wait. My hair is in the back of my neck. I don't.
Because my mom makes like the best bagoong, and I brought some to share with
That
everyone.
I want to try, but I wouldn't eat it with green mangoes.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So
I don't.
Oh, what? Well, I ended up giving the bottle to the members.
Wait, my hair's sticking out.
Why?
No, for one thing, I'm kind of adventurous with food.
But not bagoong.
Not bagoong. I eat bagoong.
But not
I
green
don't eat
mangoes.
Green mangoes.
Why?
For one reason or another.
You're missing out.
You can have it.
So-
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, give it all to me. But speaking of ex-love, tonight they're going to be at Robinson's Las Piñas. 7 p.m. And then they have another show, Market. I'm waiting for the date. I don't know when, but yeah.
Soon.
So, tonight, Robinson's Las
Las
Piñas.
Piñas.
Hi, Alex. Tumatawag daw siya. Wait lang. Hi, Designer Dad and Lex and Negatron. Hello to you.
Hello to all our listeners there and our viewers.
This is Healthline, and I'm Tina Ryan along with...
Doc Rylan here with you.
Let's talk some real stuff, the doc. Supplements, miracle supplements. Do you believe in miracle supplements, or do you even take some?
Wait. Everything's like in a sentence, so let's try to break it up. Miracles and supplements. First and foremost, well, I do believe in miracles. I mean, for whatever it's worth, I do believe in miracles. But first and foremost, you have to take care of your body. Because if you don't, no matter whatever supplement you're taking, it won't be a miracle. So you have to take care of yourself. You eat well, you eat right, the right food at the right time.
Sleep properly.
Wait, hold on. That's the last one.
Go.
You start filling up first. So you got to eat. You got to eat the right time, the right place, and the right food, more or less. And then
I'm looking away. Okay.
I know. And then you got to hydrate.
I'm looking away.
You gotta hydrate. How much? At least 2 liters a day for a regular sized individual, adult.
Okay.
If you can more, well and good. Congratulations. And that's regardless if it's hot or cold. Meaning if there's rain, there's no rain, there's summer, we don't have winter, but we have
We only
colder.
2 seasons.
Hot
2
and
seasons
hotter.
lang tayo. Hot and hotter.
Or wet and wetter. And then we gotta move. You have to move, and all of that step literally makes you set your muscles right. It stimulates good bone growth and all of these other things. Fourth is you avoid everything that you need to avoid.
Including drama.
That too. But you gotta avoid smoking, and that includes vaping. You also gotta avoid alcohol, minimal alcohol, and of course, dangerous drugs.
Yeah.
And the last one is you gotta sleep. You gotta rest well. I mean, if our cell phones need to be recharged, our bodies as well need to be recharged. Then comes in the sixth. If you can't complete that 5 things,
There's the supplements.
supplements can help, but they're just it. It's supplement. It's supposed to supplement what you actually do on a daily basis. So it's not the other way around. Just because you're filled up with supplements that you don't eat well, you don't hydrate, and you don't do your activities. You have to do all of these things. And if it's, you don't get into par, then that's the time you actually do take in supplements.
There you go. Tip straight from the doctor's mouth. And speaking of FDA, our FDA spokesperson will dive deeper into that.
Exactly.
And I guess, spoiler, not everything you see on TikTok or social media are actually approved or safe.
I was gonna say they're not true, they're not safe, even if it has my picture on it. Because I've seen a few, and
Oh
believe
my
me,
gosh.
I'm not endorsing anything, but I see my face. Well, I see my face.
Show me a sample. I want to see that. I want to see.
So don't believe everything you see on Facebook, on Instagram, or in TikTok, or any other social media.
I need proof. I got room for one more song before we turn over a brand new hour here on Healthline. Here's Jesse Barrera with Supersonic on today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9.
So many titles.
No, I'm just kind of curious how you'd mention me right now.
Orthopedic surgeon, DNA profiler, president of the Medical Association, something. But hi, Dr. Dindy's tuned in. Hi, Dr. Dindy. I'm sorry I missed you because I was working somewhere else.
Earning a whole lot of dough.
I wish. Hi, Kuya Joel. He's also tuned in. And as we promised, we have a very special guest, a powerhouse guest.
Yes.
We're very
I
honored
will
to
agree on
welcome, right, Attorney Khay Magundayao, FDA spokesperson to Healthline tonight. Yay!
Hello, good evening. Pleasure to be here, and thanks for inviting FDA.
Well, thank you for being here.
Attorney Khay is here to talk about what's real, what's safe, and what the FDA wants you to know about the products you use every single day. And just a brief story, di ba?
Yes.
Doc?
Go.
Kind of, years back, I had the pleasure of working for the agency. And nakakagulat because I didn't even know so many things under FDA, including fertilizer.
Exactly.
Now, dog food na rin, diba?
Dog food.
Yeah.
That's why it's called food and drugs. So it's not just
but it's-
medication, otherwise.
Right.
Anything and everything that literally can buy from the grocery
That you consume.
might require an FDA approval.
There you go. So if you have any questions, please send them our way. 863-10899. Viber.
I'm gonna look at the Viber. Oh my gosh, we don't have our Viber here.
Direct Alvin, what's the Viber number again? I'm so sorry. I'm bad
I'm so
with numbers.
sorry. I didn't get that number right now.
But also on playback.tv/magic899. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, our very first question for Attorney Khay, okay? Para out of the way na to. Attorney Khay, for many of our listeners, the FDA sounds very technical. In simple terms, what exactly does the FDA do, and why should every Filipino care about it?
Thank you. And of course, I'm very much privileged to be here. And for the public to know, who are we and what are we doing? So first, FDA is the safeguard of public health. So bakit?
I
love
like
that tagline.
that.
Safeguard of public health. Wow.
Yes.
That I like.
I like.
So because, again, as you mentioned, Tina, earlier, all of those you technically see in supermarkets covered, and drugstores particularly, because food and drug. And not just that, we also regulate household hazardous products, cosmetics.
Yeah, makeup.
Cosmetics.
Yeah. Uh-uh.
And I think it's not just that, but most of the instrumentation and everything else that's
Medical
needed.
medical equipment,
Medical device is what you call it, yes.
Diba? Ang lawak ng
That's why it's
scope.
anything and everything that you could probably think of, especially with health. They look into it.
And many of us do not know that we also regulate toys for 14 years old and below.
Wait. Even toys?
what?
For 14 years old and below.
So pag 15, 16, 17, hindi na.
Wala na. Talo-talo na. Wow, even toys.
Even toys.
Okay.
So
Well,
we
that's
also-
new for me.
Because it causes harm, no? So kapag hindi safe, because imagine for toddlers,
May
If
less.
there's...
yes, di ba for toddlers, they used to put some toys in their mouth.
Chew it,
Yeah.
and not just in the mouth, sometimes in the nose and ears as well.
Yes. And of course, sometimes, even if they don't put it in their mouth,
They
kapag
hold it.
hinawakan, they hold it.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Yeah.
Then they put it in their mouth.
Anything that can be transferred and all might not just be good for your body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so
An eye-opener.
I think that's the simplest way I can define who are we and what do we do. And of course, we regulate the drugstore, the establishments. We also regulate the food manufacturers
oh, yun pa. You need a
for
So
food.
it's not just the
license to operate.
It's not
and
just the
CPR.
end product. It's not just the end product, but it's actually the establishments. Well, by the way, we did have our. That's why I know about LTO and FDA, because
Yeah.
we just had ours because we had an X-ray machine in the clinic, so we needed
Right.
an LTO from
that's gonna
FDA,
fall
and we
under
just got
FDA.
ours last Monday, so we're kind of happy on that. after kind of long time, but we finally got it, so it's good to go.
But don't worry about it. We're doing something to expedite and to efficiently regulate our services.
Yeah.
So
That we
DG
noticed.
Paolo Teston is really working hard to regulate and to regulate our services, not just business as usual.
Yeah. Hi,
Well,
Attorney Pao.
And that's really good to hear,
really
because
working really
we've seen as well some of the clinics that require an FDA approval and license to operate, or that's the LTO that you call
Yeah.
it, and some of them really get them in a faster rate than probably before.
Now, speaking of processing CPR, ito na. Hi, June. My friend sent in a question. How long to process CPR for products like herbal supplements or just supplements? I mean,
Or any product. I mean, it's food and drugs, so which means whether it's a supplement, a medication, or even food. I mean, they might have the similar requirements, so
But-
similar time frame, I would presume.
okay.
Of course, we cannot say a definite timeline for that, because of course we evaluate their applications, we evaluate their submissions, their certifications. Like for example, if there is an analysis needed for drugs, it's voluminous. So we really cannot say that there is a timeline. But of course, we also adhere to the ease of doing business under the Anti-Red Tape Authority. So we have specific timelines that we follow and we comply within a certain time frame. It depends on the process.
Negatron, attorney, why does it take, again, speaking of time, 3 to 6 months now to apply or renew sa FDA?
Yes, we do acknowledge that FDA has backlogs.
Yeah.
That's
like
why-
any other agency in the government.
Yes.
Hindi lang FDA, guys. Relax.
That is why when DG Paolo came in this May, this year, so yun yung una niyang nakita. And because of that, we are going through digital acceleration. And why is digital acceleration?
Wow. Okay.
Because medyo hindi pa digitalize ang FDA. So we
Really?
are
So ngayon pa
we are
lang.
not yet
Yeah.
fully digitalized.
They're working on it.
Although of
It's in
course
the process.
before, yes, it's a work in progress and medyo pinapamadali. Talaga yan
I
ni
see.
DJ Paolo. And just to give you a bigger picture. So ngayon matagal, but once we already implement this digital transformation under DG Paolo, magkakaroon na tayo ng online submissions, and then we have this bottleneck in the payment, auto posting of payment.
It's also online.
Yes. So we will be integrating the payment channels through debit cards, credit cards very soon. We're working
at
on
least
it.
most of the applications are really done online because, like I said, our clinic in Makati just got our LTO, and everything was basically online.
Yes, for the device.
Except of course the visit and inspection. That's a different thing.
Of course, we cannot do that online.
Attorney, okay na daw po ba yung e-portal system ng FDA? Kasi may mga pending applications yung company namin. We have not received any updates from the agency.
Okay. So for e-portal, there are times talaga na nagda-down yung system. So there was a time na may sumabog na transformer, so may nasunog din sa aming server.
Okay, now
So
a technical glitch.
Those are the
That's more than a technical glitch.
Yes, actually. So, may mga bagay po that's beyond our control that causes the downtime of the e-portal. But the good news is we are moving the e-portal to e-services. Kasi ang e-services, this is the more modern online
okay.
platform ng FDA. So mapapabilis. I think yung sinasabi mo, Doc, is yung sa medical device.
Yes, devices
and it's
are-
under e-services na.
So
So kapag sa under
it's all
e-portal-
online. Everything's online. And the
Yes.
submissions and all are all online.
So yung mga nasa e-portal na question from our listener will be moved to the e-services very, very soon. So
may
this
difference
is-
pala sa e-portal than e-services.
Yes po.
I see.
Ayan. Kaya sabi ko, itong digital acceleration namin will really help our stakeholders din para po mapabilis yung serbisyo din namin para sa public.
That's actually good to hear.
Oh, I like that. It's all about the public, serving the public. For those who just tuned in, it's 7:17 on Healthline. You got Doc Rylan and Tina Ryan here. We have Attorney Khay Magundayao, FDA spokesperson. I have to take a short break and then maybe a song. And then we have more of, Attorney Khay and what the agency is about. So please stick around.
Magic 89.9.
It's the name of it. Ta-ta-ta! And
Ta-ta!
Attorney Khay from Food and Drug Agencies with us. Tito Aaron says, thanks for the update, Panyera. We're looking forward to the so-called e-services. Di kasi kami makapag-move forward with our operations pending the release of papers
Well,
from
definitely,
FDA.
you can't move without any approval.
There you go. Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you're in violation.
Oh, Attorney Khay Magundayao, the FDA spokesperson, is with us tonight. Attorney Khay, here's another question. A lot of our listeners take food supplements. What should they keep in mind before trying a brand? A new brand, that is.
Very timely question, Tina and Doc. Because we have these online platforms, very easy to buy without even checking. Of course, we can't even check the label. But
True.
we have this verification portal. Just type in verification.fda.gov.ph. And then you can type in the name of the product.
And it's
And
going
see
to
if it's-
And you can see
if it's registered or not.
If it's FDA registered or not. So that's one tip. If you're buying online, you can actually even see the labels. If you're buying in a physical drugstores, well then, good enough. You can see the
Yeah, but most of the
labeling.
time, for online stores, it's just whatever picture is available. So if it's in a box or in a bottle, it's just the front of it. You can't even read the back portion.
That's right.
The more important things, like
Kailangan mo mag-define.
sometimes.
What's the most common mistake Filipinos make when buying medicines, supplements, or cosmetics?
Actually, I have few in mind already because there's this mistake of first getting over-the-counter medicine in unregistered establishments. For example,
Wait. Over-the-counter medicine in unregistered
Alam mo na kung
establishments.
saan. Sa ano? Lapit sa U-belt.
Parang alam mo ah.
Yeah, but okay, so beware of those.
beware those. And just an example, sari-sari store. They are not allowed to dispense over-the-counter medicines.
Not even like the typical paracetamol.
Yes.
Technically, they're not supposed because
They're not supposed.
Attorney Khay, correct me if I'm wrong. Because the person who's supposed to dispense it is actually a pharmacist, right?
Yes, and it's covered by the pharmacy.
Unless your sari-sari store is owned by a pharmacist. I mean,
But even if it's being owned by a pharmacist,
it has to be a registered establishment.
That's right.
That
They
can
still need
dispense.
to get a license to operate.
From
For them-
FDA.
Yes, but actually for retail drug outlets, for sari-sari stores, for example, it's not actually LTO, but they need this certification. Not as big as LTO for them to be able to dispense over-the-counter medicines. But if you can see, there are already grocery stores.
Yeah, I was gonna go
convenience
into that. There are some groceries that actually have certain shelves with over-the-counter drugs, like
Yes.
your paracetamol, your anti-inflammatories, or tummy meds or vitamins.
Yes,
on
they're
hand.
FDA registered.
Okay. Well, okay.
So, but let's just clarify that even in the sari-sari store, even if that over-the-counter medication or supplement is FDA approved, but because the establishment is not, so it's not supposed to be the case at least.
Yes, because how can we ensure that those over-the-counter medicines that they're dispensing
Are truly
are
true medications
safe
and safe.
and they're not falsified or substandard?
I think, Tina and Atty. Khay, the bottom line here is we want to ensure that anybody and everybody using any medication or supplementation would be safe from whatever complications might arise.
That's
That's right. And that's why FDA is regulating to protect the public in cases of like the side effects, possible side effects of falsified or substandard if in case. And storage is also crucial.
Oh, yes, because there are some, I mean, it's not enough that you just put them in a dry place, but some might require off lights, in a dark room, in refrigerated areas. Even if it's refrigerated, there's a certain temperature. For it.
Yes.
So
And
there's a
that's
whole
all
lot of
part
things.
of the agency's job to check the
Yes.
facilities as well, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And in relation to that Filipino mistake of buying in sari-sari store, maybe it's more convenient for them.
Because it's just at the corner.
Yes, but the fact that you're going to unregistered establishments, sometimes you are not aware that you're self-medicating. Am I
True.
right, Doc?
That I will agree with you because actually, with some experiences, we're just talking about over-the-counter drugs, which sometimes might just be taken for self-remedy. But bottom line is you do need to consult a doctor for it. But I'm actually kind of surprised that there are some sari-sari stores that have not just over-the-counter medication, but
Like what?
antibiotics as well.
No.
Seriously, you can get amoxicillin in a sari-sari
that's scary,
store.
because that could be fake, diba, dog?
That's not just the fake ones for me, but it's if you get it in an establishment, the possibility is you got it without a prescription.
Exactly.
And if you don't have a prescription, which means you might use that antibiotic sporadically. And if that happens, the possibility of resistance increases. That's the reason why we have so much cases of resistance for antibiotics, which means that we go up the step ladder. And if that happens, not just the way of giving the antibiotics, but the price of that antibiotics will skyrocket.
7:31 on Healthline. For those who just tuned in, Atty. Khay Magundayao of FDA. She's here. She's a spokesperson. I have to take a really short break. Actually, no, it's not a short break. It's a break. And then we have another question. What about vending machine? Allowed ba to get LTO? We're going to go back to your question right after the break. So please do not go anywhere.
Magic 89.9.
Boom album. This has to be my favorite song off the album of Imagine Dragons. And then before that was a track from Bruno Mars with 24K. Speaking of Kay, Atty. Khay
Is here in the house.
She's a spokesperson for the Food and Drug Agency. And she's with us here on Healthline. Thank you so much for being here, Attorney. Ang hanging question natin is about the vending machine.
Yes.
Vending machine.
Is that
I assume that the vending machine is for food, right?
June? Ano ba?
Coffee,
Pangpagkain.
There's this vending machine like in the hospital where you have packed dinner and packed lunch ready. So I just saw that when I was walking the corridor.
Yes. So vending machine is not being regulated by the FDA.
Over the counter though.
Over the counter.
Yeah. Medications. Because in Japan, I guess it's allowed.
But that's Japan. We're talking about Philippine FDA.
Okay. Here we go.
But if it's a drug that's being in
The dispenser.
dispensers.
I mean, the vending machine. Yeah.
Of course, we regulate the drugs inside it, but not the vending machine.
Not the.
Or if in this case, if it were coffee or food and everything, it's same thing. Those are what.
The same thing. For food, we don't regulate the
actual vending machine.
However, if there are particular food inside it, of course, we do
That
regulate. It
one
has to be
has to be
registered
registered.
in FDA.
Where are the questions? Hold on, sorry.
But I haven't seen that
Okay.
vending machine for over-the-counter medicines yet.
Well, not here in the country though.
Not here in the country.
Yeah, I will agree. In Japan, we've seen a few, but not
Yes.
here in the country. Mostly still for food.
Yes, and I think if that's the case here in the Philippines, it needs to go through some evaluation for us to be able to regulate it, because still it's medicines inside it.
Definitely.
Hello to Noel, who's watching us all the way from Gibraltar. See, now I can't say it. Gibraltar. Gibraltar Island.
Good for you.
Diba? Counterfeit drugs are a big concern, attorney. How does the FDA track and stop fake medicines from reaching the public?
Oh, good question. Actually, we are really strengthening our enforcement, most particularly under DG Paolo Teston, of course. We are trying to combat these counterfeit or falsified and substandard, not just in medicine, but of course, meron din tayo sa food. And even cosmetics.
Oh my gosh, ang dami.
And even mga gamit sa bahay.
Even
Meron
gamit
din.
sa bahay.
Yes. Because when we say counterfeit or when we say
Substandard?
substandard, that means they're not FDA approved. Hindi dumaan sa evaluation ng
Because
safety,
otherwise, if they
quality.
did, you're supposed to be at par and at standard.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So because it has to pass the safety, efficacy, and quality for drugs, and then safety quality standards naman for food, and then the other being regulated by the FDA. So that's how broad counterfeit
Oh,
is.
grabe. Okay,
Diba?
let's go to Pakikay. Skincare and beauty products, diba? They're so popular. What are the risks of using unregistered or trending products from social media?
Social media, I know. There's a whole
Kasi
lot.
it's hard for
out
us to
there.
regulate, diba, social media?
Yeah, very timely. Very timely. It's everywhere, and it's really hard to regulate because others really come not within the Philippines na eh.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yes,
hard.
from abroad
And
na iba.
we cannot really guarantee the safety and of course the quality. It might cause allergic reactions. Doc,
So
would you agree
if
with
something
me?
happens to, if you buy online and something happens to you, you can't, you cannot complain because.
How do I protect myself, diba? Like, who do I report to barangay?
Can you mention again what's it called again when you want to verify a product?
Oh, you just have to go to verification.fda.gov.ph and then
Verification.
I was gonna say, wait, I'll get a
Verification dot
.fda.gov.ph. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
On a slower note, repeat that.
Verification.fda.gov.
.ph.
So
PH.
tatlong dot yun, ah.
Yes.
Or is it verificationfda.gov.ph?
Verification.fda.gov.
I think that's the
Okay.
best thing. That's why I asked you to repeat it, because that's the best way to actually protect ourselves, to ensure that whatever we're gonna buy is locally FDA approved. I say locally because sometimes they brag about your comments on this, Attorney Kay. Some entrepreneurs actually brag about, this product is US FDA approved, European FDA,
We're
Australian,
separate.
or I don't know, from Mars, Venus, or wherever FDA approved, but it still doesn't have the local FDA approval, your comments on this?
Ayan. So, alam nyo po, sa mga listeners natin ngayon, no, bawal ang maglagay ng FDA logo.
Ooh, is there a penalty? Is there?
Bawal maglagay ng FDA logo. And because mainly we are a regulatory agency.
Okay.
And we don't advertise specific products. Kasi regulatory po kami.
So if we see, because sometimes we see these posters or even in some boxes of whatever it is, sa ilalim merong nakalagay na FDA approved with a check mark.
Actually, we don't use FDA approved. We don't actually use that.
So
If you would
beware, you
notice-
guys, beware.
You would notice I use the word FDA registered. And because
yes, I noticed that.
So FDA registered.
Yes.
So anytime they see FDA approved, that's a no.
well, that's not the correct term that we're actually using.
Probably
We're using
a red flag.
registered. That's
So
what
it's
we're using.
FDA registered. That's
Yes.
the proper term for it.
Yes. And
Okay.
we do ask the manufacturers, for example, or for the drug manufacturers to put the certain labeling requirements. And meron po dapat dyan na nakalagay na registration number or LTO number.
Okay.
But not really the logo.
Oh, so if it's like, let's say there's the box, then it says there the whole, I'm sure the number is kind of long right now, but approval number, registration number and all of these things, that is what is required to be placed.
Yes.
Not necessarily the logo that says
Natatanda mo yun, attorney, yung LTFRB permit number. Sa inyo ba yun? Anyway, go ahead. You were saying something, attorney.
Yeah. So, of course, on top of it is the proper labeling. Like, for example, for food and drugs, kailangan merong manufacturing date, expiry date, and the nutritional facts for food.
Let's talk about expiry date. Expiry date. Wait.
Sige.
Kunyari, attorney, yung spam ko. Spam talaga. So anything canned goods, about to expire, say, in a week. People are saying, in the expiry date lang yan. You have another 2-3 months. You can still consume it. Is that true?
For FDA, of course, we need to be strict on the labeling requirements for safety and quality purposes.
Okay.
Let me comment. Let me comment on that.
Go, dog.
Whether it's medication or food, the reason why they put
An expiry date.
Because that is based on whatever studies, trials, and literature of whatever product there is. That's what its basis would be. So the efficacy, safety, and all of these things will only be up to that
That's
particular
certain.
date. It doesn't necessarily mean that the efficacy of the medication or nutraceutical, or if you can't eat anymore the canned good, I mean, it doesn't, like, if it's just a week or so, it won't lose that one. But if something happens, if you get sick, you get allergic reactions, you get whatever, diarrhea, constipation, or whatever, worst case, if you get into surgery, you can no longer demand on the company because you've used it beyond the expiration date. So, I mean, if you want to use it, yan yung para kang park at your own risk. I mean, you go ahead, use it. You may be well because of it. You may be full because of it. But if there's something wrong that happens, you cannot blame
They're
the
not
company after
liable
that.
anymore. Okay.
Wait, but I was going to get into, what about the no therapeutic claims underneath the boxes?
Okay.
Is that also something that FDA is very strict on?
Well, actually,
Or-
if you say no therapeutic claims, you will belong to food products because you don't claim something therapeutic, for example. And if you, for example, put in there that you have these therapeutic claims,
You're supposed to be a drug already.
it's supposed to be a drug already.
So if you notice, most of the vitamins, minerals, actually have this no therapeutic claims underneath. There are studies and trials that will back up that they do have benefits. But then again, these minerals and vitamins could be found in food that we usually take in.
That's right.
I mean, we were just having commercials a while ago, like zinc is a perfect example. You eat the right amount of red meat, that's enough zinc for you for the entire week or even month.
Okay.
So, but in possibility of cases that we might require more, then that's when you do take in a supplementation.
And Attorney Kay, if I'm not mistaken, FDA Philippines, tayo na lang yung naka-attach, di ba, sa DOH.
Yes,
The rest of the FDA in the world, they're their own agency, tama?
I have to check on that.
Yeah,
but
but
yes,
like-
we're
There's one comment. No. There's one, not about DOH or anything, but there's one comment that I actually hear about from most manufacturers or companies or even entrepreneurs, that is, if you get to be registered by the Philippine FDA, you're good to go. You can pass anywhere in the world. You can pass American FDA, European FDA, Australian FDA, because that's how good and secure, stringent the requirements are to ensure the safety of the public. So, some
And knowing
of these things might
knowing
not be asked by
DG
others.
Pao, man.
Exactly.
Yes.
He wants to be
that's
a
kind of
par.
it's kind of a bring up. At one point, you might think of it as a bad thing, but for me, it's actually a good thing, which means that we are that specific to ensure that our public is actually safe from any product that all of us would actually use.
Thank you, Doc. And actually, kailangan, I think, yun marinig ng aming mga evaluators because they're really putting not just their hard work, but of course their heart into it.
I would agree because previously, when I didn't know much about FDA, the complaints, I mean, some of my colleagues might even be one of those who do complain. But when I actually found out the process that you have to go through,
It's not easy.
I mean, the tedious things that they have to undergo, it's just but right. Because we're talking about not just efficacy, but safety.
Yes.
So it's a must that we actually have to go through all these things. So for those who are waiting for their registrations to come out or LTOs to come out, be patient. We were, but I'm just so happy because we got ours last Monday.
And for those of you, again, who just tuned in, this is Healthline. We have FDA spokesperson, Attorney Khay Magundayao, with us here. Attorney, if a listener suspects a product they bought is fake or unsafe, what's the fastest way to report it?
Yeah, we have an email for that, and it's just double check so I won't.
Not a problem.
Okay, so it's ereport@fda.gov.ph. So
E-report.
E-report
Okay.
at fda.gov.ph. And we would also like to advise our listeners, for establishments, please make sure that they have the complete details, like the name of the establishment and the address, so that our inspectors
Can just go visit it and not
visit
look
it.
and not look for it in Google or
And for food, they can actually bring it to the FDA office, or if not, they can just report it. And wala pong bayad ang mag-report sa FDA.
There you go. It's free. Now, what's one piece of advice you'd give every Filipino when it comes to protecting themselves and their families from unsafe health products?
Yeah. So for every Filipino families, of course, lahat tayo consumer. Doc,
Yes.
Tina.
All of us are.
All of us are. Our families are. Let's value lang that. Let's check the safety, efficacy, and quality. Not just by checking the verification. Because sometimes, hindi possible for instances that you are in the groceries, you don't have Wi-Fi access, for example. But how can you check? Check the labels. And that you would know. If it has complete labels, may allergen advisories ba ito? If you're allergic to nuts, for example.
So it's not just the
nakalagay
contents,
siya
but
Yes.
the caution on specifics.
on specifics. That's right. And the expiry date is very, very important. Going back again to earlier
Siguro yung spam talaga 3 months bago last na, no?
Preserve the
Super duper preservative nila.
And syempre, di ba, si FDA kasi talagang processed and pre-packed sa food naman ito. Then generally for the drugs. But for me, let's take good care of our health.
I will agree on that.
Let's take good care of our health. And our mandate is to protect health, the public health in general. The FDA is here we are not barrier to trade. Laging sinasabi yan ni DJ Paolo, we are not barrier to trade. We are here as your partners in regulating and of course to promote public safety.
Any current FDA campaigns that we should be aware of and that we can even help you disseminate?
Yes.
Well, actually, on November, we are observing the National Counterfeit Week on Medicine. So that's on November. We will be
November.
Yes. We will be having series of activities, panel discussions.
Nice.
And we also have the Med Safety Week.
I know a good host.
So the Med Safety Week. So we also observe that. And of course, we have the campaigns internally as internal reforms by DJ Paolo, of course. And again, we are strengthening yung ating laban sa counterfeit medicines then. And just to go back lang earlier, no, dun sa discussion natin sa mga over-the-counter, sa mga non-retail. So, yes, it's LTO for retail outlet for non-prescription drug. So, yun po, nagbibigay tayo ng LTO for those who are in the retail establishment dispersing or dispensing.
Yeah, that's why sometimes you can find some over-the-counter medication in convenience stores.
Convenience stores, yes. So,
not necessarily the sari-sari store.
Yes.
Dr. Ems is tuned in. Hi, Dr.
Yeah, hi,
Ems.
Dr. Ems.
Also to Rain. Hi, Rain. Attorney, thank you so much for being here. Knowledge is power, and tonight we learned a lot from Attorney Khay from FDA. What's your message to young listeners who just want the fast fix, whether that's slimming pills, whitening creams, or boosters?
Please check if it's FDA registered, because in that way you can ensure the safety and quality of these products. So I know it's trending. I know every one of us would like to get the glass skin and everything on TikTok, but
I gave up on that.
But yes, we have measures to check if they are FDA registered or not.
Well, there you go. Again, so if you're in doubt, check with the FDA.
Just try to be a little meticulous about what you're going to get. I mean, you're going to spend money anyway. It's hard-earned money. So let's, be sure and certain that there is an FDA regulation number on it, just to be sure that what we're buying is actually a safe product. So we can, expect good things instead of complications.
Yes, and if I may add, I've seen a lot in TikToks and
social
online
media,
platforms. It says FDA approved. It bears the FDA logo.
Yeah, because I just showed you one, a poster a while ago.
Please check our verification site.
There you go.
There you go.
Attorney Khay, thank you so much for joining, and we hope to have you guys back. Hopefully,
during the November,
DJ Paolo will be the one joining us here on
counterfeit.
Healthline.
Of course, during the counterfeit week.
Let's invite ourselves. I'll message him now.
Privileged to be here, and of
2
course
months
to
in
share.
advance.
Attorney Khay, thank you so much. Anybody you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Of course, our hardworking and dynamic DJ Paolo Tiston. Hello, good evening po.
Give my love to Vanessa.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Dog Coach Francis. Don't forget to check us out on Monday nights for Pets in the City. Yes. Hi, Cipilio. Doc, any last messages? Few words?
We've all been talking about regulations and all the other things, not just about medication, but food. Just, pay a little more attention to what you're getting and what you're getting into, just to be sure that everything's safe and that your hard-earned money will actually go to something that's going to be good for you.
I like that, partner. Here. Ayan na. And that is it for Healthline. And my spoiled partner is asking for his favorite.
And always stay tuned every Wednesday at 6 to 8 in the evening. Healthline here at Magic 89.9.
Catch me back on Friday Madness. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Be good.
Thank you.
Magic 89.9.